In today's world, many people are being sold into slavery. Although it's illegal, it is still a problem that we need to fix. Slaves work as sweatshop workers, sex slaves, migrant workers, and domestic workers. Here are a few personal stories of those who were once forced into slavery.
At age 5, Helia's mother passed away. She then moved in with her grandmother until she passed away. When her grandmother died, a neighbor took her under her care until age 12. She made Helia do all the work around the house. Helia was verbally and physically abused. Her owner believed that Helia was an animal because she had no family and that she should be treated like an animal. Eventually, Helia got the courage to escape her horrible life. She got married and had children. One night, men came and captured her husband, and she was forced to put her children into a child slavery program. Luckily, she was able to get her children back and is now working her best on creating a good future for herself and for her family. Cam Suze was enslaved at age 6. She started working very early in the morning for a family that made her do everything. She had to take the kids to school, which she was unable to attend. She took heavy pots and filled them up with water that was 2 hours away. If she took too long, her owners would beat her. Her days ended at about 1 in the morning. She was rescued by Limye Lavi, who was a Free the Slaves partner in Haiti. As she is looking forward, she says, "I'd like to do very well in school so I can help my mother and help other people who are going through that misery too." Now, at 15, she is reunited with her mom and is happy.
Daylin, who is now 17, was once working in a strange place in Cambodia. At the age of 12, she was asked by a seemingly nice old woman to work for her in a garment factory. The woman who asked her then turned around and sold her to the owner of a brothel in Cambodia. She felt cheated, betrayed, and scared, and she was not alone. There were many other children, boys and girls, at the brothel. At first, Daylin wasn't sure what kind of place it was, but after hearing her price and seeing clients, she knew that something was wrong. She wasn't sure what to do, but the brothel owners told her, "Don't worry, you'll know what to do, and if you don't, you'll do it until you do." She tried to refuse, but they would beat her. Upon her refusal, they starved her until she agreed to go with the clients and do whatever they asked. When she didn't perform a task correctly or did not do it at all, the clients would beat her, and then the clients would report her and the owners would beat her. Daylin was scared for her life up until the day she was rescued by the police and the AFESIP, and now she feels obligated to prevent slavery and prostitution. And Daylin said, "It is slavery of the worst kind. They have total power over you, and they get you to do anything they want." For 3 years, Ima Matul, an Indonesian woman, was held captive right here in the United States. Barely speaking English, she was sent to America with a job offer as a nanny. The family she worked for, who were also Indonesian, never paid her the money that they told her they would. Ima also never got her 1 day off of a week. She desperately wanted to escape, but unfortunately she could not. The family she worked for took away her passport, so if she tried to escape, police would arrest her. After 3 long years, she had built up enough courage and English to write a note saying, "Please help me," to a nearby nanny.
Arik Deng spent 18 years in slavery. She was captured at 10 years old from her home in South Sudan. In her years of slavery, she was beaten and raped multiple times. This was her penalty as she did not work hard enough. She did mostly domestic work and worked long hours under the hot sun. Arik usually watched cattle and made sure they were well kept. Once she got out of slavery, she had 3 kids that she now takes care of and is hoping that they will have a good future.
Ashok was 13 when he was freed from slavery. His mother died and his father left the family. He was left to his grandmother, who, desperate for money, sold him to a silk factory for just $30. He was then bonded to his labor until he could pay off his debt. He was paid 30 cents a day and was most likely would never be able to pay it off. This is an example of bonded labor. He could have been sold to anyone and still have to pay off his debt. Then people told the government officials about his problem, and they did not care about it. In fact, they avoided the problem and left him to strive on his own. Luckily, Ashok was freed later that day. Children in Saudi Arabia are forced to beg all day. The kids are sold to game masters from Yemen and smuggled across the border. There they are beaten and forced to beg all day. Some are also crippled in hopes of getting more money. The government tries to save them by going around at night and searching for them. Most kids try to make up lies about this so that their masters won't hurt them later. Luckily, some are saved and brought back to their native countries.
Gonzalez is 37 years old and is originally from Mexico. He came to America illegally to work in order to send money home to his family. His body looks like a 7-year-old man. He already has a hunched back, sore hands and feet, and he spends hours in the hot Florida sun working on a farm. He works as a tomato picker in the fields of South Florida. He was tricked by a friend to come work for him at a farm, and his friend told him that he would be paid $8 an hour. Instead of Gonzalez getting paid $8 an hour, he gets paid lower than minimum wage. He dreams one day that he will return home to his family, but then he is trapped under the hot Florida sun.